Trying out our homemade goat's milk soap on a goat. That's coming up next. So Ebony here, I've noticed for the past few days has been awful itchy, and I just started making batches of goat's milk soap for the first time. They're still technically curing, but they're safe to use after the first couple of days. They just won't be as hard of a bar, and so it can get used up more quickly. But I've checked her over. None of the goats have lice. Kiddo and Roca, they haven't really been itching, so I'm not sure if this girl's just got extra dry skin or what's going on. But we're gonna see if giving her a bath with some of that soap will help relieve her itching and help her out. So, I mean, I used limited ingredients, so it's just olive oil, coconut oil, some shea butter, and then the goat's milk. And so we'll see if that's soothing enough for her. She's not going to like it though. It's going to be cold water. And she's never had a bath before. The other two have had baths. They're pretty good about it. So I don't know what to expect from this one yet. If she's going to be vocal about it or if she'll settle right into it and enjoy the scrubs and attention. So let's go ahead and get that done, girl. These are my first couple of batches of goat's milk soap, so my first time making them. They're still curing. I was waiting for them to be cured before I fix up some of these edges and stuff, but this was my first batch. That was just plain old goat's milk, coconut oil, and olive oil, and it didn't turn out too bad. I was pretty happy with it. And then the second batch, I added a little bit of shea butter, and this one ashed a bit, with you could tell with the white there, and I can't tell what those little specks are in it, but I wanted to try using the shea butter one on Ebony, see if that helps with her itching. I was just going to use the little scrap piece here. I was going to use it on myself first to make sure everything got mixed well and it's not going to be reactive. It should be just fine, but I will try it on my own hands and stuff first and make sure it's all good. So yeah, and these are just unscented too. I did make a couple other batches. I can show you those two just for fun. But these were just kind of the plain unscented soaps. So happier with the first batch than I am with the second batch, but I can show you guys the other batch here real quick too. These are the other two soaps that I did. This was my third attempt, in which I did lilac fragrance and attempted a couple of colors in there, but it ashed really bad on the top. I haven't cut these yet. This one should be ready to cut today. I think I was going to give it one extra day because it looked like it was a little bit tacky on the side. This one I made a day later, so I'll probably give it 2 more days. With olive oil soaps, they tend to be a little bit stickier and take a little bit longer. This one, I'm hoping it stays where it's at and doesn't do any ashing. I was a little bit more bold with the pigment and colors, because that was something with this one too, is with the mica that I was using, you obviously need a lot of it to get any bold colors. So this one I was a bit more bold, looked up how much pigment I could use without hurting the soap and messing the soap up. But yeah, I'm excited about this one and to cut this one up. as you'd imagine, Ebony wasn't too thrilled with her bath, but afterwards we let all the goats out into the field and she got to sun dry in the pasture. Immediately after, I noticed she was still itching, and even later that day when we went on our walk, I still saw her itching a bit. So it didn't appear that the soap did anything special for her itching right off. However, I noticed, a few days later that she was improving. And even like a week or 2 weeks afterwards, the bald spot that she had itched on the top of her head also started disappearing and the hair was growing back. So I didn't see an immediate success with the soap, but give it a little bit and it seemed over time to help out. When I was watching our neighbor's goats, I took advantage of the fact that they have running water, whereas we have to bring our water in, and went ahead and washed the rest of the girls and just gave Ebony a second bath to make sure it was helping with their skin. And this time I left it on a little bit longer so that it would moisturize and do its thing. And afterwards just went on our regular walk around the loop, and the girls dried off before we were halfway around that loop, and we're all frisky, and you could tell they felt a lot better afterwards. So ultimately, I would use this soap in the future to give my goats a bath. I like to clean them up once, maybe twice a year, and I really liked it. It soaped on really well. When I tried it on my dog, it was a little more difficult. It didn't want to suds up quite as much, but the goats have thinner coats than my husky mix, Kenai. And the other thing I really loved is that it rinsed off really well. It wasn't a soap that stays in the coat and is really hard to rinse out. It almost immediately will rinse out. So I don't really have to worry about the soap staying in the coat or causing any infection or hot spots from doing that. And that's it. Hopefully this was a semi-interesting video, and we'll see you guys next time.